Greetings, childrens. We are starting up school again today. I wanted to do a quick little run through with what's up here for you so that I don't get the same emailed question 50 times. There are two things that are important for you today. One of them is right here. Check-in 413. This is just a little thing for me to be able to see who can and cannot get onto Google Classroom. It is a 2-question Google form that asks your name and just click yes, I can see this. This is just a way for me to check and see who can and cannot get on here. Anyone who does not fill this out by Friday, I will be calling home or having somebody call home to figure out what's going on, to make sure that you have a computer or figure out if you need help with something. This one needs to be done by Friday, okay? This one here, Sugar Project Phase 2. Since the initial plan of finishing when we got back to school is out the window, new plan. You will notice that there's a number of documents right here. That's because I'm putting everything so far in one place. Some of you may have already opened up some of these with groups. If you have, feel free to keep using that document. If you want to make your own, go ahead. 3 of these are information. 2 of them are things you actually need to do. So, Sugar Drinks Project, Sugar Project Rules, and Sugar Project Info are all 3 just telling you about the project. This one here, Sugar Drinks Project, is the document that we looked at in class that was talking about, oh, here's this problem that's happening. We want to see if we can fix it. This thing, the one that we looked at in class, you all had in your folders. The second one looks like this. It tells you what you will need to have at the end of this. When you support whatever plan you come up with, you have to use 3 pieces of evidence and reasoning from the videos or the articles. Ones I gave you or ones you found on your own. You also need some opinions. So the difference between these two is these 3 are science-y based. It's like research stuff. It's factual information. These other 2, the opinions, that can be what you think, or you can ask a friend a question and use their answer what they think, okay? If you're not sure if the video that you found is this one or this one, feel free to ask me. I can take a look. Most of the stuff that I gave you falls under this one. Some of it is also this other one. You need to be able to respond to questions. So there's going to be a point or 2 where I'm going to have you look at other people's things and ask them questions about it. So you're going to have to ask a couple questions, you're going to have to answer a couple questions. And when I'm looking at your finished thing, you should be able to answer any questions I ask you about it. Okay? This is just giving you, again, a reminder. What's the problem? What's the question you're trying to answer? You'll come up with a proposal about a restriction or ban, whatever you want to come up with. You have to support it. No matter what you come up with, you have to support it. If you say we shouldn't have a rule at all, give me reasons. Your grade does not depend on whether or not I agree with you. Your grade depends on whether or not you can support yourself. So if you say we shouldn't have bans at all, you gotta back it up. If you say we shouldn't have any sugary drinks at all, you gotta back it up, okay? You have to support it with science, observation, and opinion. The observation's going to be a little bit trickier since we're not in school, but that can just be you saying, I remember seeing a lot of people with blah, blah, blah. Or I remember a lot of the trash at our school was bottles or whatever, okay? I've given you a bunch of videos and websites. You can come up with or find ones of your own. Feel free. If you get stuck, ask me questions and I can help. I will also ask you questions to help you think through stuff. The third one that's just information is this last one, and it summarizes pretty much all the info in one spot. What's the question? Here's the problem. what you're going to do, making a presentation, slideshow, video, something else. If you want to do something other than slides or video, I have to okay it. So if you want to make like a comic strip or something and post pictures of it, I have to okay it. You're going to be graded on these 3 things. On your presentation, so if you made one, if you did all the pieces of it, if you put it together well. The research, that's the notes you're taking on websites and videos. It's some of the stuff that we did before school got out. It's some of the stuff you're going to do on those other 2 documents I'm going to show you in a second. And on how well you supported your argument. If you made an argument and then you backed it up really well, you gave lots of evidence, you said, these are the reasons, blah, 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 fine. I don't have to agree with your point. You just have to support your point, okay? So if you're wanting to say there shouldn't be a rule at all, but you're afraid it's going to hurt your grade, it won't. You just have to support it. If you can't support it, that will hurt your grade. Got to be able to back it up, guys. So this right here is the first thing you have to do for this. And this is you just coming up with right now, what's your idea of, here's a rule I think we could do, here's something to back it up, and here's why it would be a good idea. I gave you an example of this, of claim, evidence, reasoning. It's right here in pink. It's a good idea to not punch lockers. Evidence for this is hitting lockers can hurt your hand. Not hitting lockers is good so you don't hurt yourself. That's basically all I'm asking you to do right here. Come up with what do you think a good rule would be? It can be just one thing to back it up. Why is your rule good? And then how would it help? So one rule could be about how big a bottle you can have or how much sugar can be in it. Tell me why would that help, okay? And you don't have to freak out about this being perfect or not really being sure. Just put something. This is a place for you to start, okay? It's easier to change something than to come up with something new. And then this one here is going to look scary when I open it, but it's not actually scary, so just chill. This is basically a bigger version of the thing we did in class where you took notes on the videos and websites. Except these are different websites, and there's a lot of them. Here, I gave you 14 extra ones to look at. And you may go, Miss Ulrich, I don't want to use any of these. Can I find new ones? You can find new ones, but you still have to use some of the ones I give you here. So I want you to try and get 5 of these done by Friday. You don't have to fill in a whole lot of information, but try and get 5 by Friday. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday work, okay? You can pick whichever ones you want. You're going to write here, what do you think right now? What's your idea right now? Okay? And then you're going to go through and say, oh, sugary drinks, culprits in obesity. We were talking about that. Or ask a pediatrician, sugary drinks and childhood obesity. Pediatrician, doctor that works with kids. Sounds interesting. Type 2 diabetes in children. There's another one. Are Oreos addictive? Study says cookies may be similar to cocaine in rats and dogs. That's interesting. Soda ban explained. This is from the New York Times, which is a fancy newspaper. Sugar overload. Sugar in drinks versus candy. Anything else you found that you wanted to use, a website or a video or whatever, you can take notes on it. Use it. If your group has already opened one of these, as some of you may have, you can keep using that one. If you want to make your own and just have your stuff on it, feel free. What you need to make sure is that you are taking notes on this somewhere so that you'll be able to turn it in when I ask for it. Because if you can't turn it in when I ask for it, I can't give you credit for it. Okay? So, stuff is going to look a little different from now on, as you can obviously imagine. what's going to be happening is that we are going to have classes on different days. So like with block, when you had first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, Mondays and Wednesdays, at least for right now, is going to be math, science, and art. Tuesdays, Thursdays are going to be history, English, and electives, and PE. That may change, but for right now, that's how we're working it. We're going to hope it works. If it doesn't, we will change it. This means that you are going to have lots of time to get stuff done. We're not going to be giving you as much work as we would if we were in class, because that's just not reasonable. And there's going to be times where you can do like optional video chats with teachers. There's going to be time where you can email and know that we'll be looking for emails to answer. And that's pretty much the hours of regular school. If you want to get a hold of a teacher, you can pretty much rely on the fact that if you email your teacher during school hours, like before 2:30, they're pretty much going to get back to you within like half an hour or so. Don't quote me on that though. But we're going to be watching for emails. We're going to be watching for questions. And if you get stuck on something, or if you start getting kind of overwhelmed, reach out. We're here to help you. I love you all. I hope you're doing okay. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please, please check your work tomorrow, because I don't want to have to call 50 families because people forgot to do the survey thingy. Bye-bye.